The nation today remembered Mahatma Gandhi on his 74th death anniversary, and tributes poured in from all quarters. Congress Member of Parliament Rahul Gandhi, while paying tribute to Mahatma Gandhi, also claimed that a Hindutvawadi had killed the father of the nation. Now, this isn't the first time that Congress and its ecosystem has targeted Hindutva for allegedly spawning hate. Now, this has triggered a big political fight, with the BJP slamming the Grand Old Party for its Hindu bashing tendency.
कांग्रेस का यही हिंदुत्व विरोधी मंत्र कांग्रेस को छूमंतर कर रहा है। अब जब कांग्रेस का यही हिंदुत्व विरोधी मंत्र कांग्रेस को छूमंतर करेगा तो उसके नेता इसी तरह की बात करेंगे, कभी राष्ट्रवाद पे सवाल उठाएंगे, कभी जो है वो हिंदुत्व पे सवाल उठाएंगे। अरे भैया, हिंदुत्व इस देश की आत्मा है, इस देश की संस्कृति संस्कार है और इस देश के पंथ निरपेक्षता की गारंटी है। ये आपके समझ में नहीं आ रहा है तो अपने पुरखों से आप पूछ लीजिएगा, अपने पुरखों के इतिहास से पूछ लीजिएगा, समझ में आ जाएगा।
दशकों से चली आ रही गोल टोपी की परंपरा को त्याग करके पिछले चुनावों में मंदिर मंदिर जाकर, जनेऊ दिखाकर, गोत्र बताकर हिंदू समाज को भरमाने का प्रयत्न बहुत किया, लेकिन वो कुत्सित प्रयास सफल नहीं हुआ। और अब जो है वो जो गांधी हैं, फर्जी गांधी, वो गांधी जी के प्रतिमा पर तो जाते हैं, गांधी जी की समाधि पर तो जाते हैं, वहां तो फूल चढ़ाते हैं, लेकिन दादा फिरोज को नहीं मानते।
कहीं ना कहीं कुछ लोग धर्म के नाम पर इस देश को बांटने का काम करते हैं। हमारी लड़ाई उसी के खिलाफ है कि हम जिस देश में सब साथ मिलकर रहते हैं, हिंदू हो, मुसलमान हो, सिख हो, ईसाई हो, एकजुटता रखेंगे तो देश विश्वगुरु बन सकता है। लेकिन धर्म के नाम पर बांटकर लड़ाई लड़ेंगे तो विश्वगुरु के हम 1 से 100 नंबर के बीच भी नहीं आ पाएंगे। तो लड़ाई उसी की बात को लेकर है। कहने की बात बहुत ही स्पष्ट रूप से है कि कांग्रेस पार्टी मुद्दों के आधार पर लड़ाई लड़ना चाहती है, कांग्रेस पार्टी नौजवानों के लिए लड़ाई लड़ना चाहती है और हम लोग इस लड़ाई को आगे ले जाने का काम करें।
You're watching the NewsHour Special Edition, Debate Number 1 on Times Now, Super Prime Time.
Let's take this across to our guest. Joining us live with us is Tom Vadakkan, National Spokesperson of the BJP. Kailash Adhikari is MD of Governance Now. Ashutosh Mishra, Senior Journalist, is with us. But let me first and foremost go across to Kamruzzaman Chowdhury, Leader of the Congress Party. Kamruzzaman Chowdhury, you would have seen the statement that was released by Sambit Patra, or his press conference rather, following Rahul Gandhi's comments. He came out to say that the Congress Party is in a habit of bashing Hindus, and once again Rahul Gandhi has done that. Your response to the same?
Well, Madhavan, let me first ask Sambit Patra ji through your channel whether he believes in Godse's ideology. वो क्या गोडसेवादी है? Let him first say whether yes or no. Then the question comes, who was Godse and why did he assassinate Bapu ji? The basic point that I want to put out here is that Godse's Hindu religion is Hindutva. India's majority religion is Hinduism. There is a stark difference between the two. Don't mix the two. Because Hindutva was first espoused by none other than Savarkar. And it was because of this Hindutva ideology, which does not understand to those who talk of respect of all religions and Vasudhaiva Kutumbakam, and that is why he shot and killed Mahatma Gandhi. Now this Godse ideology has been again raising its pangs over the last few years, and that has been dividing the society.
Well, hold on. You made a point. Mr. Chowdhury, please hold on to your thought. Let me get in a response from the BJP spokesperson. The BJP spokesperson with us is Tom Vadakkan. Tom Vadakkan, you heard Kamruzzaman Chowdhury. He is saying that the criticism of the BJP in this particular case is not valid because all Rahul Gandhi has done is that he has targeted a political thought that is Hindutva, not Hinduism as a religion per se. Your response to that?
I think we need to tell our panelists that Hinduism and Hindutva are the one and the same thing. This is also a ruling of the Supreme Court about this Hinduism being a way of life. Now, if this gentleman wants to praise his leader,
please place the judgment of the Supreme Court here.
Of 24 Akbar Road. But please don't carry, this is pure hate speech. This is part of the polarization program so that elections are won. This is a sacrosanct day when Gandhiji should be remembered and not create a divisive force. What you're doing is divide. Now, can I ask you a question? Who assassinated Indira Gandhi ji? 6. And what followed was the gruesome murders in the streets of Delhi. So are you trying to tell me that Sikhism is responsible for the death of Mrs. Gandhi? This is the same attitude. I dare say you say that in Punjab and you know what happened. Learn to be sacrosanct about sacrosanct issues. Mahatma Gandhi is close to our heart. And if you try to create a divide between Hindus, forget it. You have seen how the basic Twitter account of your leader is dwindling, and he is blaming the government for it. The reality is people are leaving him. Spokesman, if you have time, please leave the Congress party, because this is not going to carry you anywhere.
Do you support Godse's ideology, yes or no? Simple question. Tell to the people of this country.
Okay, Kamruzzaman Chowdhury, 1 second. I'm going to come to you. Kamruzzaman Chowdhury, 1 second. One at a time. Sir, the other panelists also, Mr. Chowdhury, I will come back to you. Please give me 1 minute. Let me quickly bring in Ashutosh Mishra on that note. Ashutosh Mishra, at the end of the day, we have seen several controversial statements come in from the Congress party. There is Shashi Tharoor who likens Hindutva to the British football team. Then you had Mr. Salman Khurshid coming out and comparing Hindutva to the ISIS and Boko Haram. Now, these, of course, are comparisons which have led the BJP to repeat this charge that, what is being targeted over here is Hinduism as a religion. There is no comparing organizations like ISIS, Boko Haram, or even the British football hooligan with Hindutva.
So, first of all, Hindutva is not a religion. It's a political construct of the right wing to polarize for BJP divide and rule policy. The poison being spewed by fake seers like Kalicharan and BJP supporters who bow down to Godse and abuse Bapu from public platform clearly draw the line between these rabid Hindutvawadis and the tolerant Hindus Dharmalambis. Rahul Gandhi is a politician in the Gandhian mold, and he has called a spade as a spade, and that's what's got the goat of these circumambulating Godse bucks. I mean, these BJP people, they have not for once opened their mouths against people who are abusing. They are abusing Mahatma Gandhi openly. They're calling him, names which cannot be taken on TV. Not one of them comes out. It's only for TV cameras, and when Modi...
Mr. Mishra, can I ask you one simple question? Can I ask you one simple question? 1 second. 1 second. 1 second, sir. 1 second, sir. Mr. Mishra, I can't exercise a lot of, can't put too much effort on my voice, I'm sorry, but I just want to ask you a simple question. Mr. Rahul Gandhi, a few years ago, not so long ago, I'm sure you would also remember, pitches himself as a Janiyodhari and a Shiv Bhakt, and many saw that as an attempt at a soft Hindutva pitch that Mr. Rahul Gandhi was himself engaging in. Is there now a realization that those strategies have not worked? Because what was that if not for trying to invoke Hindutva?
So at the cost of sounding repetitive, Madhav, Hindutva is not a religion. It's a political construct of the right wing to propagate BJP's and Samparivar's divide and rule policy. What about the poison being spewed by these fake seers like Kalicharan?
All right, the same answer coming in again.
Where they're abusing Mahatma Gandhi.
Undoubtedly, I'm going to put that question across. 1 second. I'm going to put that question across. Kailash Adhikari, the fact that we have individuals, not just like Mr. Kalicharan, who, of course, action was taken. Then there is Yati Narasimhanand, who made those reprehensible comments. The police dragged their feet before taking action on them. And today, we have been reporting about how there is a Godse Aapte Bharat Ratna award. If the Madhya Pradesh government does not take action on these individuals who are awarding those who are not just abusing the Mahatma, then certainly doesn't it somewhere or the other appear as though they are also endorsing these kind of positions?
Madhav, I'd like to say that today is a day where, we remember this as a Martyrs' Day, and all Indians have deep respect towards their father of the nation, Mahatma Gandhiji. And this day should be remembered as Martyrs' Day, as we all know it. And not only then the nation should pay homage to Shri Mahatma Gandhiji, late Shri Mahatma Gandhiji, but also to all those others who have given their blood and sweat for this country, who have sacrificed their lives for this country. Today, Rahul Gandhi ji, saying the fact that, Hindutvawadi killed Mahatma Gandhi ji, I don't see there was any need to make such a statement, because there is no relation between the fact that today we pay homage to Shri Mahatma Gandhi ji and Hindutvawadi. What was he trying to assert by saying this, or using Hindutvawadi or Hindutva as a matter of convenience, as said by Tom Vadakkan ji or others? Is that only Rahul Gandhi ji can answer. But I very would like to put forward this very assertively, that there was no need and there's no relation between the two.
No relation between them.
Okay, let me respond to Kamruzzaman Chowdhury. Kamruzzaman Chowdhury, you raised a very important point, that who is pro Godse. Now the question that comes then is that if that was indeed the case, in the presence of Mr. Kamal Nath, the former Chief Minister of Madhya Pradesh, an individual by the name of Babulal Chaurasia, who joined the Congress, and it was in the year 2021, just last year, that this person, who is known to be a Bhakt of Godse, there are images of this person in fact paying homage to Godse, joins the Congress party. So what about such instances as well that exist? If Godse is something the Congress has a strong position against, then how are such individuals finding a place in the Congress?
Madhav, I can't, fathom your comparison between a particular individual and our fight against one particular ideology. The ideology that has been dividing the question. When Jyotiraditya Scindia joined the Bharatiya
Sir, he endorses that ideology. He endorses that ideology.
No, let me finish, please. The point here...
He endorses Godse, sir.
When you speak... No.
How can a person who endorses Godse find place in the Congress? The same question that you are asking of Godsewadis, I am asking you a question on that basis.
तो माधव सुबह का बोला शाम को घर आ जाए तो उसको भूला नहीं कहते. That man understood that.
One at a time. Mr. Chowdhury, 1 second. Ashutosh ji, please, I'm coming to you. Let Mr. Chowdhury answer. Ashutosh ji, please calm down. Your turn will come.
You cannot isolate a particular incident and then glorify the Hindutvawadis in your channel. You count from 1 to 100 or 1 to 1 billion.
No, they are not being glorified. I am asking you a simple question. I am just saying, apply the same rigid standard that you have. Please apply the same rigid standard. I am asking you, if you are seeking accountability on a certain ground from another political party, then surely charity begins at home, sir. Simple question. Do you have an answer for that?
Of course it will begin. Of course we will begin. We have we have brought up many bigots within the Congress party system. Now these bigots are being identified slowly and they are being ejected out of the Congress party. And time will only tell you, Madhav, maybe another day we can debate on this, that whether these people will remain in the system or will be kicked out. When one particular chief minister of a state says that the Muslims of this country did not vote for the BJP and we do not need their votes, then you can understand the level of intoxication of hate, the level of hate that has crept into the society because of these people espousing the Hindutva ideology of Savarkar and Godse. I am ashamed that today when Bapuji is no longer here...
Let me bring in Tom Vadakkan now. Tom Vadakkan, yes. You have made a pertinent point there, but let me get a response on that from Tom Vadakkan. Tom Vadakkan, there are positions being taken. One second. Tom Vadakkan, hear my question. Hear my question, sir. Mr. Vadakkan.
I'm asking him a question. He says...
Mr. Vadakkan, I have a simple question to you.
Yeah, sure.
Okay, a quick response. Kamruzzaman Chowdhury. You heard the question. Quick response, please.
No, can you repeat that for me? Because it was overlapping the voices, please, if you don't mind.
No, he said the bigots in Congress party are there. They are being identified and throughout. Can you identify those bigots? That's the question Tom Vadakkan is asking you.
Jyotiraditya, I'm very candid about all this in your channel. Jyotiraditya Scindia, you have got X number of people who have joined the BJP recently. Once a congressman will never join hands with these bigots within the Bharatiya Janata Party system. You have got your poster boys within the system.
So anybody leaving the Congress and joining the BJP is automatically a bigot?
Now he has joined with the Bharatiya Janata Party. A congressman can never do that. Bharatiya Janata Party tries to protect these bigots within that system.
No, are you saying so Mr. Kamruzzaman Chowdhury, very interesting. Kamruzzaman Chowdhury, by your definition, Mr. Tom Vadakkan sitting on this panel is a bigot because he has left Congress and joined BJP.
If anybody supports Godse, if anybody supports the ideology that killed Mahatma Gandhi, is a bigot according to all the Indians of this
Mr. Vadakkan,
a person who has been
Mr. Vadakkan, please respond.
None other than Subhash Chandra
I'll tell you what.
Mr. Vadakkan,
who has brought us freedom.
Mr. Vadakkan,
You leave the Congress, you are a bigot. That's what you're trying to say.
okay, Mr. Chowdhury, you've taken a position. Now listen to the response. You made an allegation, sir. Listen to the response. Tom Vadakkan.
No, I'm only submitting that he has made an open admission that bigots are breeding in the Congress party and they're trying to find out who they are. I wish them all the best because they should not discover that their own leader is at some point or the other turning into a bigot. I'm sorry, this is divisive forces in full action, trying to divide the community, and this is pure hate campaign being run by the Congress party to come out of the situation that they are. People of India have woken, and believe me, what you're going to see in future is dwindling figures, not in Twitter, but in Parliament too.
All right. No, but Tom Vadakkan, there are a few instances and the BJP must come out clean on this. I refer to the Madhya Pradesh question when I asked, in fact, Mr. Adhikari a few minutes ago, not taking action on them, the slow pace of action on Yati Narasimhanand. There are individuals, for instance, in 2019 who garlanded Godse's statue and then reenacted the assassination of Mahatma Gandhi. Now, when such individuals go unpunished or the government is slow to act on them, then once again, the opposition gets a chance to attack the BJP or BJP governments wherever they may be, saying that this is a tacit endorsement of the position taken by such hardline, even though they may be fringe groups.
Madhav, is this to me?
Yes, Tom Vadakkan, that's to you.
Yeah, I'll tell you what. This is one of the most liberal governments. Secularism, freedom of expression. There is a rule of the land, and that will take due action at the appropriate time. We are not people who pick up opposition party for their utterances. People of India, they are in the court of the people of India, and people of India have recognized it and given them a fitting reply. Yes, the law of the land will act at the appropriate time.
Okay, the law of the land will act at an appropriate time. There's also a charge coming in, Ashutosh Mishra, that all of this is part of a larger strategy of polarization ahead of the UP polls. That's also a charge that has been leveled by the BJP. Your response to that?
It's actually BJP is the party which is trying to polarize, whether it be the 80-20 comments or what Amit Shah is doing in Western UP, trying to divide Jat and Muslims and SP and RLD and whatever. The point here is that has Mr. Modi or any BJP person criticized Pragya Thakur, who insulted Gandhiji? Not yet. She was promoted. She was given a special program in Lok Sabha by the Lok Sabha Speaker. They haven't. Have any of them come out and said that what is being said by these Dharm Sansads, these seers, even in Prayagraj or Haridwar or wherever, is wrong and they should apologize for abusing Gandhiji? They haven't. This RSS and Gandhiji never got together, and the visceral hatred that RSS and Sangh Parivar have for Gandhiji is documented. It's documented in history. They may try to change it. It's not going to happen. And the problem here is that these people, they think that by constantly repeating Hindutva, they will sort of confuse people between Hinduism and Hindutva. No, Hindutva is not a religion.
Okay. Mr. Adhikari, I want Mr. Adhikari to come in. Mr. Kailash Adhikari.
Case is being heard.
Okay. One second.
Wait for the judgment. Wait for the judgment.
Why
okay.
Judgment? You can criticize.
Okay. Kailash Adhikari.
You are giving it a mook sehmati. You are accepting it and that's
Okay. All right. I want a quick comment from Kailash Adhikari before we wrap this debate. Kailash Adhikari, what's actually going on? Kailash Adhikari, what's actually going on? At the end of the day, is this all for polarization? Of course, the Congress will come out and say that this is the BJP that is polarizing. The BJP will say it is the other political parties that are doing so. But ultimately, is that what is happening? And could a day such as Mahatma Gandhi's death anniversary have been a day where we could have been spared of such politics?
Absolutely, we should have been spared of such politics, Madhav. And I mean, as I said, the nation is remembering Mahatma Gandhiji, the father of the nation, and all other martyrs as well. And you know, in the run-up to the political season, and then the most populous state of the nation going into polls along with other states, also it's the political season is at its peak. Naturally, all the parties, and it's not about the party in power or the party in opposition, all the parties will try to take as much as advantage as it could to their own benefit. But such a day as today's day, as Mahatma Gandhiji's death anniversary, where not only the nation should remember him, but also other martyrs. And also I'd like to state one thing, Madhav, as my esteemed co-panelist, while mentioning Hindutva, mentioned Veer Savarkarji also twice. As we remember Gandhiji as an Indian, we should remember Veer Savarkarji also. I mean, if you have a certain disdain towards the government in power for the regards to Hindutva, then kindly mention that government in power of that particular party. No need to bring in Veer Savarkarji. That's my only humble submission, Madhav.
All right, I'd like to thank you, Kailash Adhikari, for joining us on this debate, as well as Ashutosh Mishra, Tom Vadakkan, as well as Kamruzzaman Chowdhury will continue to be with us for debate number 2 on the NewsHour Special Edition. For the moment, we're slipping into a very quick break.